this year, to be completely honest with you. Let me talk about a guy, a senior, okay? And every time this man comes in the game, I get excited, and that is Matt Stockman. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. He's been a nice surprise. What is it?
Patino will say Mott.
Mott Stockman. He has been a nice surprise coming off the bench. He can finish around the rim. He alters shots. Talk about Stockman, and maybe he can make a difference this year.
I think the difference that he makes is depth. When you're playing a freshman center, you're going to go through situations like you did versus Utah when he's making mistakes, just freshman mistakes, going over the back. He's going for blocks, and he's getting in foul trouble. And so, last year they didn't have a backup center, so they had to use Jordan Murphy at center at 6'7", 6'6". But now you have a 7'1" senior, like you said, in Mott, that comes off the bench and he has length. He really is not the most physical player, but he's so long and active that he does disrupt. Inside, and he's very active, and I like that about him. I think he's aggressive enough this year. He knows this is his last year. That in the limited minutes that he gets, sometimes he's pretty effective. He gets rebounds.
He does.
He can finish, and he does block shots. Sometimes it seems like he's blocking shots on accident, but he does block shots every now and then.
Right. Two more here. Great job so far. When you look at the schedule and the roster, how Patino constructed it, where do you see this team going this year? To be honest here. Don't tell me they're going to the Elite Eight, and I don't want to hear they're going to the NIT again. But give me your real opinion.
I was going to say the Elite Eight, so you might as well not even get my opinion.
All right, tell me.
Honestly, I think that this team, with the schedule they have in non-conference, they really, really need to win a lot of quality games in the Big Ten. I don't see a quality win for them, a definite NCAA tournament caliber team in the non-conference, with the exception of Washington. Okay, so you have one non-conference victory against Washington. If you do beat them in Vancouver, you have one quality win in non-conference. Well, what happened in years past to teams that have limited quality wins out of conference? You really, really need your conference to play well, right? So.
Right.
I think that you're going to heavily watch the non-conference season for not just the Gophers, but the whole Big Ten. If you see the Big Ten do well in non-conference, then the Gophers really have a chance in the Big Ten schedule to make the NCAA tournament. But if they don't, they really, really need to take care of business in non-conference, but they also need to upset the Michigan State, the Michigan of the world, the teams that we know that guarantee that they're going to be in the NCAA tournament. And in years past, that's been a tough call for them to have to upset those teams like a Michigan State to get to the Big Ten, to get to the NCAA tournament. But I think this is the NCAA tournament team talent-wise. I just don't think their schedule right now lines up for them to make it based on non-conference.
That's fair. Yeah, that's 100% fair. It's always frustrating because you're waiting for the Gophers to, we don't care about the wins at Rutgers or we want to see, not the Penn States, we want to see them beat Wisconsin, the Michigan States, the Michigans. Like, those are the games, like you say, that's what separates a tournament team and a non-tournament team. It's pretty simple.
Right.
Some of the
they did that.
And some of the games here are the non-conference. They played, Texas A&M. Then they, like Marcus said, they go to Vancouver for a little tournament, playing Washington, BC, Oklahoma State. So, some quality school names. We'll see how they fare. Last one here, pretty simple. If they don't make the tournament this year, and it's another disappointing year, is Rick Pitino, is he on the hot seat currently, and what do you see him, in the future?
Well, I think everybody says that he's on the hot seat, right? If you read the observers outside the program, but I think if you look at the program and where it is, I think they have really good young talent. I hope Marcus Carr, the Pittsburgh transfer, gets a really good decision by the NCAA, for the Gophers' sake, and he's able to play this year. But if he's not, then he has 3 years of eligibility left, and he's your starting point guard for the future. The freshmen, they've shown that they can already contribute, so next year they'll be even better. So there's talent in the future for this team. I don't think it's NCAA tournament or bust, but I do think that you have to compete. It's all about being competitive, and it's like you said, you're beating some of the teams that you don't expect to in years past, like a Wisconsin or Michigan State. If you're there right at the end and miss out on the tournament, because if we're talking about the selection committee, Nebraska didn't make it last year and they won 13 games, so you can't just say tournament or bust for this team. But I really do think they have to be competitive. They have to obviously stay out of trouble off the court. You can't have any more of those incidents. And I think Pitino will be able to stick around as long as he wants, as long as the team is competitive and right there in the hunt for an NCAA tournament.
Great job today, Marcus. You can follow Marcus Fuller at Marcus_R_Fuller. He's all over the Star Tribune. Great writer. Tremendous job today, Marcus. I really appreciate you giving me the time today.
Thanks, Steven. Appreciate it, man. We'll see what the Gophers can do in this non-conference schedule.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Go Gophers.
Take care.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Steven. Appreciate it. Anytime.
So you are from Hawaii. Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
How the heck did you end up in Minnesota?
From home, man. Well, journalism career, man. Sports writing is not easy, as you probably know.
Yep.
You have some friends that do it and things. I mean, it's kind of hard to find a job. So I had to go wherever I could, and I ended up in the Midwest. Stayed out here. Was in Kansas City for a while, and I came here for an internship a while back. And after I jumped around to a couple places, and ended up back here. So
good for you, man.
I can't complain, man. When it's really snowing, I get what I didn't ever got in Hawaii. I get a white Christmas. So.
Yeah, so let me just give you a quick intro, real quick minute, and I'll let you go. My family's from Minnesota. I live out in New Jersey. I'm 20 years old. I'm in college right now. I actually have an internship at SiriusXM right now. I work there Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm trying to get into the radio business, as you can see. So I obviously have ties with Minnesota. Sure. You know Michael Russo of The Athletic, where he used to work for the Star Tribune. Yep. He's like, I'm buddies with him, and he's buddies with Suhan, so he gave me a chance here on the network. So I really do appreciate you coming on. I actually did play college basketball here in Jersey. I played at Rutgers Newark, and I transferred to Kane. And funny story, in high school, okay, who in Minnesota on the Timberwolves played out in Jersey?
You got to tell me, man.
Carl Towns. Played against him twice.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Played against him. He's in the same division as me.
Towns?
Yep, he played same.
Towns? Wow.
Yep, I played for.
Baldwin was on that team too, right?
Yes, sir. And Marcus Towns. I played 3 of them. In my sophomore year, I played at Old Bridge High School. They're in the same division as me, St. Joe's Metuchen. Played them my sophomore year, and then my freshman year, I just watched them, and then my sophomore year, I played against them. Junior year, Carl went to Kentucky. He reclassed, so very interesting.
Nice. Well, that's a pretty good story you got there to tell your kids one day.
Yeah, you're right. And the best thing is everything's on YouTube, so it's not like I'm like the old man saying, "Oh, I averaged 30 points against this," So it's nice to have that.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, Marcus, I appreciate it.
You?
Yeah. Oh man, I think if you said, do you remember playing Old Bridge?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you probably know. Yeah.
Probably not the white kid that shot threes. I don't think so.
Yeah. All right. Well, Steven, man, appreciate the time, and I'm glad you're doing your thing. Yeah. Don't give up on it. A lot of guys try to do it, and after several years, if you don't make it, they give up. But just keep going, man.
I appreciate it
for that dream. Yeah. Take care.
Thanks, man. Have a good one. Big thanks to Marcus Fuller for coming on. Tremendous job with the Gophers. Pretty excited about them. They go to BC in Vancouver. They're going to play Washington, Boston College. So we'll see. Listen, they're going to have to win some big games on the road. He said, the Big Ten, the non-conference schedule isn't very good for the Gophers. So they're going to have to go in and win games at Michigan State. They're going to have to win games at Wisconsin. They're going to have to win games that they usually don't. So, and like I said, that's what separates a tournament team to an NIT team. And the goal here is to obviously make the tournament. If you're Rick Pitino, he is on the hot seat, I think. And, your guys are getting old. Jordan Murphy's a senior. Amir Coffey's a junior. Dupree's a senior. So you're getting older now. You have to bring in a new class. So big year for Pitino. So we'll look out for that. Obviously, we'll get into the Butler thing real quick. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I'm very happy he's gone. I think it was a tremendous distraction for Carl Towns and Andrew Wiggins. I think that Tom Thibodeau might be done here if they don't make the playoffs, and I really don't think they're going to make it. I think they got a good return in Robert Covington and Dario Saric. I read these in numbers if you listen to the segment with Dave. I'll give you a little background on Saric. He's 24 years old. He was a 12th pick in the draft in 2014. 6'10", really can handle the ball. He's a good passer, can shoot the three, so I think they're going to benefit from having him. With Robert Covington, this is a kid that he's all defensive team last year. 35% from three. He spaces the floor. He's a lockdown defender, and that's basically his most important traits. And the Wolves needed depth. They needed a guy that could shoot the three. When you think of the Wolves, what do you think of when it comes to shooting threes and 3 points? Anthony Tolliver, there's not a pure shooter, and I think you get a good catch-and-shoot shooter in Robert Covington. So if I'm the Wolves, I'm pretty happy with what I made out of it. I didn't want to have the whole, Houston Rockets ordeal with getting picks towards the end of the first round. Like, that was just a waste to me. So in terms of that, I'm happy the way the Wolves did this. So no complaints in that way. Wild you're going to see the Wild cool down now. I think they really overachieved on this road trip. I'm still not buying into it. I'm sorry, Michael Russo. I just can't right now. It's the same old song and dance with them when it gets to the playoffs. So make sure keep an eye out for the Wild. And then the Vikings. The Vikings. Big game tonight. Huge game tonight. It's time to make a statement and tell them who owns this NFC North. I think the Vikes are going to come on top. My bettors out there, they're plus 125. So Kirk Cousins and the boys are taking into Chicago and on to Soldier Field to take on Mitchell Trubisky tonight. NBC, very excited. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth. The Vikings usually don't do well on these night games, but we'll see. Big game for Zimmer and a huge, huge game for playoff implications, especially in that NFC North. So, great show today. Thanks to Marcus Fuller, my producer, Brandon Morton, Jim Suhan, as always. Have a great day, everyone. I'll talk to you next Sunday.
Attention business owners and managers. Are you overwhelmed by digital marketing? Are you serious about making 2019 different? Glory Ramsey and Successful Marketing Group want you to blow the doors off 2019 and double your business growth this year. Get started now with a free 45-minute audit and action plan. Glory will personally evaluate your business and create an action plan you can start now. Go to successfulmarketinggroup.com/Cheryl Reeve. Don't let 2019 start without you.